Now, it's been a minute, but we're back with my team, and before we jump into it, I want to quickly say I will have an announcement soon regarding what we're going to do for the next 2 months, and also the format of future Kuruma videos, as I've been waiting to see how things go. I've seen your feedback, and I've got an idea in mind, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But for now, we're going to jump into the business end of this season. So, the previous episode, I'll leave it linked up in the top right. Go check it out because spoilers are ahead. Go watch it. Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix, Verstappen's home Grand Prix. In the meantime, you saw me go through the regular kind of activities, a durability department event regarding overworked staff, and this weekend is going to be dry. If you're going to enjoy this one, leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into qualifying, and let's see if we can get one up on Verstappen, who, by the way, if you didn't know, spoiler warning again, he retired in the last race, so the championship is game on. The gap is 2 points. Verstappen leads the championship, we are 2 behind, and there's 5 races to go. It's all to play for, and I can't wait. In the meantime, we're going through some setup changes here this weekend before we get underway in qualifying, and we're going to make sure we hit the sweet spot. So I'm actually going to reduce the rear suspension and the rear anti-roll bar to give us a bit more of a stable car rather than compensate via aerodynamics. We're also going to drop the pressures, which we'll review later on if I need to change them or not. Hopefully we'll be okay. And yeah, we join the action then in Q1 with some soft tyres as we try to get through on one run or one lap even into Q2. Across the line we go though, and it's a 116.6, which isn't the spectacular start that I hoped for, and we only go P14. I then went for a cool down lap and then now a second push lap, and at this stage we're attempting a bit up. I lost a little bit in the entry of a Sky, but we found a great time on the exit, and yeah, we're about 10th and a half up, making our way into the Michele Alboreto curve, aka the Parabolica, aka the final corner, braking at the white DRS detection line, making our way out the corner now, keeping it nice and tight from the shortest run to the line. We found quite a bit of time through there, in fairness, and we improved to a 16.4 and only move up to P11 though, which isn't the improvement that I hoped for. We then went back to the pits and we got some underbody damage, so I had to wait for repairs to take place. In the meantime, we looked at the gaps, and you can see Guan Yu Zhou in P17 is about 3.5 tenths off us. So I'm going to take a decision here and not go back out, purely because the grid is really close, and 3.5 tenths is quite a lot. In the end, only Schwarzman actually went out on track. I don't know what it is with this one and Spa, but those two tracks that AI never go for 2 runs, only for 1. So yeah, Schwarzman only went out, and we were safe in P11. However, half a second off the pace of Verstappen, who leads the way as we get into Q2 alongside Pierre Gasly and the rest of the usual suspects in this session. So yeah, let's get to Q2 and let's see what happens.
Okay, I know you're eager to get out there, but I'm going to need you to be patient for a few minutes. We're just trying to zero in on an oil leak.
Not the best start. We had some issues to take care of on the oil side. However, based off Q1, based off my confidence with the car and what I felt, I'm going to go ahead and make some changes. So we're going to reduce the off diff so the car rotates a bit more off throttle. We're going to increase the tyre pressures by 2 clicks as I had no issues with tyre temps, and we are now going to run the lowest fuel possible, aka go for 1 single lap. So fresh soft tyres on the car as we make our way into turn 1. We're going to try and go for 1 lap only, but straight away we make a mistake, and it's a big one as we screw up the first chicane, and that was because I pressed the downshift button but it didn't register in the game, so I went into the first corner in 4th gear instead of 3rd, and that gave me quite a bit of understeer. However, the lap went on. I nailed the 2nd and 3rd sectors, and I mean pretty nicely. We set a 16.2, which is a personal best, 2 tenths quicker than Q1, even with that first corner mistake, and we go P7. We then skip onto the final runs, and at this point we're P11, so we need this lap to get through, and we've got another set of soft tyres on the car, fresh set, and we're going to try and commit. And I do believe we can get through because the AI haven't gone out again. It's only me, the track is entirely to myself, and the gap to Bottas is half a tenth. If we clean up turn 1, we should be okay as long as we maintain the advantage. And this time you can see I actually brake really early, really safe, but we get through pretty comfortably and we find a load of time on the exit. So already a tenth and a half up, we are in to Q3. At this point I had a bit of a glitch with my recording, but other than that We're looking pretty decent. Down into the 4-5 chicane though, 4th gear, trying to carry that exit speed as we do a pretty good job through there, to be fair, and find even more time, which I was surprised to actually find out. We found even more time through the first Lesmo, and I nailed the second one, but I carried a bit too much speed, so I had to just lift off the throttle on exit a little bit to avoid running wide on track limits, and that made me lose a bit of momentum and lap time as we lost half a tenth on the exit. Ascari though, full commitment, and the exit was great, man. We got a great drive out of there, and we're still 2 tenths up. So at this stage, if we just keep the final corner relatively safe, we're through, because all we need to find is half a tenth to knock out Valtteri Bottas. Through the final corner, great, nicely done, nice and clean, up to the line, and it is going to be a 2 tenth improvement, and we move into P6. Purple sector 3, job done into Q3. So, happy days. The grid is really close. Look at the lap times, the top 10 covered by 3.5 tenths, the top 9 covered by 2.5 tenths. Really, really competitive, but we get through. Happy days, and Pierre Gasly in the top 3 as well. So that worked out pretty well. The AI already kind of looking at the 115s, and our personal best is a 16.0 low. Q3 though, and for this one, I didn't know which set of tyres to use in Q2. I wasn't sure, so to be safe, I reused my Q1 tyres, which had 2 laps on them already. But we nailed the lap. I set a 16.0 on 10% tyres, so we set an excellent banker already. Now though, we've got one final attempt. My last fresh set of soft tyres. I've done a bit of fuel burning as well. We're the only car on track. A P8. Let's commit. Let's see what we can do. And hopefully we can pull something out of the bag. And there we go, up to the line. We set an absolute stonker compared to my previous pace. A 15.8 dead. What a lap, out of nowhere. And to be fair, the lap was really scruffy. We completely messed up turn 1 again, just like our first Q2 lap, where the downshift didn't register and we missed the gear and had some understeer. We also messed up the exit of the turn 4-5 chicane, getting onto the gravel. Other than that, we nailed the Lesmos, Ascari and the final corner, and we clutched up, and we've set 15.8.0, and we go P2 and we get a front row start for the race, which is huge. So yeah guys, that's it for qualifying. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. The race will be tomorrow. I can't wait. Front row start alongside our rival. We'll see what we can do. As always, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. But guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see all of you for the race tomorrow. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.